Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how to enter Frag in CS2. So let's start with what is an entering Fragger. An entering Fragger, as commonly known, will be the person who is most likely going to be the first one to take an engagement on the map. He's going to be the first one to run into a site when you're executing and things like this. He'll be the one who is focused on getting the first kill, or at least making space for his team and getting some kind of map control. To be an entering Fragger, you need to be type of person that is willing to go first and sometimes be sent in to die, because sometimes when you are running and executing you have to run in first, you have no idea where the enemies are, you're just going to run in, you're going to get shot in the side of the head and you're going to die. But you have to trust your teammates that they're going to trade you and win the round, because you went first and you made space for them to go out and to take the engagements from more comfortable positions, and you got the information on where the enemy is, because he shot at you and they heard from where he shot, and now it's an easier duel for them to take towards him. Let's talk about taking space during a default, because as the entering Fragger you'll be playing most likely positions on default that will be about taking map control and about using your utility. So let's say on Mirage you're most likely going to play mid, so on mid you want to usually throw a Molotov towards con, but before that maybe you're going to throw a flash like this, or like this behind the box, maybe even like this. Just some kind of a flashbang that's going to blind anyone who is trying to push out of con or push mid in general, and then you're going to Molotov con to make it more difficult for the enemies to pick you and to make them a bit more afraid. After that, let's say somebody smoked window for you, so you're able to just peek out here, you can take space towards chair or something, and after that you have a smoke that you can use, let's say, to smoke off either short, you can then smoke window, or you can even smoke top con from here or something like that, which is also going to help you take map control. So you use your utility in a way that is going to help you take map control, and you don't want to keep your utility for too long, you want to use it early in order to take space, because most likely later in the round, towards the mid round or the late round, you're most likely going to die, and you don't want to die with utility in your pocket basically. So you use your utility to take the map control, and some other people can save their utility for clutches, like let's say the Oper or the Lurker. They can save their utility for later on when they're in a clutch or when they're in an after plant or whatever, something like that. You are the one who's going to use utility early in order to take the map control. Also, you have to keep in mind in default, your number one priority is to take the map control and not necessarily to get a kill, but if you get a kill, that's even more of a bonus. So imagine it like this: taking the map control is a positive, but if you get a kill, you double the positive. So even if you take the map control and you die, that's still good for your team, but if you take the map control and you get a kill on top of that, that's amazing for your team. But you don't have to get the kill, so if you just die, don't panic, it's gonna be alright. That's the point of view. You need to take the map control, and then you're going to get traded most likely, and then your teammates are going to make a decision based on the control that you took together, and they're going to end up on a site and hopefully winning the round. The next thing that I want to talk about is making space in an execute or a site hit. So basically, when you are doing an execute, you will be most of the time the one who is going in first. It depends on your IGL's playstyle. Sometimes the IGL will go first and you will go after him to trade, but in most teams you will be the one who is going first as the entering Fragger, so you need to know how to do it. So basically, when your IGL is making a thread, he needs to make it so that there is entering pattern in that thread. So in the thread it's already decided. First guy goes, let's say, like this and clears underpass. Second guy goes right after him. Third guy goes out wide like this, clears sandwich, and let's say there are some smokes from there. So there's smoke here, he peeks like that and he clears triple, and then he holds the smokes for a push or whatever. Just giving you an example. And fourth guy is after him and so on. So everyone knows what path they need to take. And there will be flashes over, so you're going in and you need to stick to the entering pattern. You don't like think, okay, I think his default, so I'm going to go like this. You want to stick to the entering pattern, because that's how the strat is made to work. So you're going to clear here, if there is somebody, hopefully you get the kill, then you clear default, and just like that you go into the site and you have a person following you. And when you have a person following you, you'll be calmer that like if you die, you're going to most likely get traded, and it's still going to be a benefit for your team, because on this side, if you go in, you die and get traded, that's a benefit for your team. So the most important thing when going first into a site is to make the space. So basically, after you go out like this, let's imagine you're right here and you're about to clear this angle. All of the space behind you, this space is now clear and your teammates are able to work from this space. So when they have this space, that's a safe space from where they can throw utility if they need to. That is a space from where they can take a bit of a different pathing if there's some kind of variator or something. It is a space from where they can just follow you calmly, and if you clear this, then they don't have to clear it. They have to just go in like that, hold some angles, and make sure to trade you in case you die. So it's going to be much easier for your teammates when they have you going in first. And again, like the support player, you are not the one who's going to try to play for highlights, but you are an essential part for your team's winning, and if the team is winning, that means you are doing your job. Even if you are not fragging a lot, if you are making the space and your teammates are trading you and you are winning the rounds, you are most likely doing your job. And of course, if you get kills while entering fragging, that's an amazing bonus, but you don't have to. If you do, that's really great and it's a good thing, and everyone should aim for that, but not everyone is going to be able to do it because it's just really difficult in some situations. So you have to be willing to die and be inconsistent. Sometimes you're going to have a good game, sometimes a bad game, but most of the time, even if you don't get the kill, it's a benefit to your team when you make the space. Now let's talk a little bit about your city side. So usually in these raw videos I don't show on the city side what you're supposed to do, but in this video I want to focus on that a little bit more. As an entering fragger, you're most likely the aggressive type of player. You're the one who likes to go for duels, the one who likes to move around, the one who's not going to stay on one place. So it wouldn't make sense if you're playing a lot of anchor positions. It would make sense if you're playing more rotating positions. So let's say you're playing short on Mirage or you're playing corner Mirage. Positions that are again going to be about using utility early in order to take map control, and you're going to be going for a lot of duels and trying to get open kills, trying to get map control on city side, and in general trying to have as much impact as possible. And on the city side, that makes you a bit of more of a special player. I wouldn't say exactly a star player, but you'll be a bit more special and you'll be getting some good positions if your team is made how I would make a team, where the star player and the entering fragger would be the rotators, and the lurker and the support player or the IGL will be the anchor players. So as a entering fragger, you're the type of player that is perfect for a rotator, and I think a rotator role would fit most entering fraggers because you have to take early fights, you have to get openings, you have to move around a lot, you have to be getting different duels, you have to be comfortable with the duels, so you have to have good aim and in general be good on the city sides. So have good positioning, have good timings, know where enemies are likely to come from, know what utility to use in order to delay them or stop them or countering them or things like this, and also be able to go for different types of plays that will get you an advantage, or a kill, or map control, or any advantage like that. I want to talk a little bit about stats. I talked about it a few times on the T side, where some of the things that you do on the T side cannot be shown in stats. Making space is not a stat, you cannot see it on HOTV or whatever, but it's something that you will notice in the demo and you will see if you're doing it good or bad. But on the city side it's a bit different in my opinion, because on the city side you can have impact outside of your kills, but if you're a rotator it's essential for you to be getting kills, because that's the impact that you can get mostly on the city side. If you're getting kills towards mid, if you're getting open kills, that's incredible impact. If you're just playing around your con player, if you're throwing utility for him, that's also great, and it also helps you a lot. But it's kind of like he's getting most of the action, and if he's having a bad day, then what do? You lose the game. So if you are also a reliable player who's going to often get kills and he's going to be willing to take space, go in, just take the first duel, try to get the opening pick. If you go for these things, you're going to have incredible impact. And if you are good individually, which is in my opinion very important for an entering fragger and very important on the city side for every player, you're going to be incredibly impactful. And also on the city side, you'll be helping your side player, you'll be getting kills towards the side, you'll be moving in closer towards him, you'll be playing setups with him. So you'll be kind of helping different zones of the map and you'll be getting kills left and right. If you're a good player and you know how to do the things, and you're also having a good day, because on some days you're going to have days where nobody of your team performs, or just everyone is having a bad day, everyone is having a bad performance. Those days are there even if you're doing your practice routine every day, even if you're doing everything right outside of the game. You're going to have days where you perform bad, your team loses, somebody else performs bad. Those days exist, but try to be as consistent as possible and do the things that have the most impact in the game. Try to do your job as good as you can. Try to get the kills as well. But if you don't get the kills and you make the space, you're already doing your job well. And if you're getting the kills, that makes it way easier for your team to play and makes it easier to win rounds, obviously. So if you liked this video, if you learned something new, if you enjoyed it, you can leave a like and you can subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content. Thank you for watching.